The analogy used by Paul speaks of his lifetime commitment to serve his master, Jesus Christ. Can you say, I am a servant of Christ? That's a lifetime commitment, brothers and sisters. If you see yourself as servant, you just obey without complaining. Obey first. No complaint. That's a servant. Jesus Christ, a descendant of David and the Son of God, who by the power of the Spirit resurrected from the dead. He serves no other than the risen Christ. His total commitment, wholehearted devotion, and undying service are to Christ and nobody else. And so when you commit yourself to follow the Lord, your undying devotion is to the Lord Jesus Christ. No matter what happens to this church, no matter what happens to your life, through it all. We sang that song. I sing to you, Lord, because you are my master. You are my Lord. Paul confirms this in his letter to the Philippians by saying, Philippians 1:21, for to me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. That's Paul's commitment. And Paul's authority also comes from his call to be an apostle. He is not just a servant of the Master Jesus, he is also an apostle. Apostolos, that's in Greek, means a messenger or a representative. In Christian history, it refers to divinely appointed founders of the church. Paul is one of the pillars of Christianity, because they are divinely appointed founders. And in verse 1, Paul's claim to be an apostle points primarily to his being set apart for the gospel of God. When Paul says, I am an apostle, he is saying here, I am set apart to preach the gospel. Therefore, Paul introduces himself as an official representative from God who brings his good news to everyone, both to Jews and the Gentiles. He pointed out in verse 5 that the grace and apostleship he received entitles him to call people, including the Roman believers, to the obedience that comes from faith. That's the reference point of Paul's authority. I am representative of Christ, and therefore I call you to obey the gospel. It is through Jesus Christ and for his sake that Paul had ministry. We stand here as your pastors, as your leaders, because we reckon our authority to Christ. We have delegated authority. Our authority does not emanate from us. Our authority emanates from the Lord.